Hello everyone, I am Sania Asif and you are watching my channel Easy Learning with Sania. So on today's tutorial I am going to discuss a nature of economics, okay? And before moving the discussion, I would suggest you to watch my dedicated video lectures on financial derivatives and economics, okay? And the links of the video lectures are provided in the description box below. And if you have any query regarding the video lecture, so do comment in the comment box section below, and you can also mail your queries on my email address asifsania2244@gmail.com. Okay, so in this video we will try to understand that why economics is considered as a science and as an art. Okay, so let's start the discussion. Okay, so on the very first slide we will try to understand that why economics is considered as a science. Fine. So let's understand the point number 1. Economics as a science, as it is a branch of knowledge where various facts have been systematically collected, classified and analyzed. Okay, so in economics what we do is we systematically collect the facts and then classified those facts and then analyze those facts. Okay, so this is all we do in economics. Fine. And the same thing we do in science too. Okay, let's understand the point number 2. Science is divided into two parts, into two categories. Okay, so we have a natural science and we have a social science. Natural science is also called as physical science. Physical science, okay. And yes, so natural science is also called as physical science. And in physical science we study about physics, we study about chemistry, and we study about biology. We study about experiments, how experiments are conducted in a lab under controlled conditions. Okay, but in case of social science, we study about human behavior. In social science we study about human behavior. Fine. We study about human behavior at individual level, okay, and at society level. At society level means how people interact towards each other at society, okay, and how people you can say connect towards each other in a society. Okay, fine. So in economics, economics is a social science because it is a systematic study of economic activities of a human being. Okay, so we in social science, in social science we study about political science. Fine. We study about geography. Okay, we study about history. Fine. And in social science we study about economics too. In social science we study economics. Okay, so that is why economics is relating with the social science. Okay, and yes, in economics is the social science because it is a systematic study of economic activities of human being. Now the question is, what is the meaning of economic activities? Because we study about economic activities. So economic activities are basically a profit generating activities like production, consumption and distribution of wealth. Okay, fine. So we study about production, we study about consumption, and we study about distribution of wealth. Okay, so these all are considered as profit generating activities. Okay, so these activities are performed mainly to generate a profit. Okay, so profit generating activities, these activities are called as profit generating activities. Fine. Okay, so let's discuss the another slide. Okay, so on this slide we will try to understand. We have a following arguments which are given in favor of economics as a science. Okay, so we have following arguments here, and these arguments are considering economics as a science. Okay, let's discuss all these arguments one by one. Systematize study. Okay, so you know what, in science we do a systematized study. Likewise in economics we do a systematized study, or you can say systematic study. Like we study about production, we study about consumption, we study about distribution of wealth and finance in a world, in a country. Okay, so you know what, we study about all these things in a very systematic manner, in a very systematic manner. In a very systematic manner. Fine. Okay, so and in science we study about everything in a very systematic manner. So this is how we are relating economics with the science. Okay, number second, scientific laws. In science we study about scientific laws. Suppose we have a law of Newton's law of motion. Newton's law of motion. And you know what Newton's law of motion. Fine. So in science we have laws, and these laws are considered as universal laws. Okay, and these laws are considered as universally accepted. Okay, and likewise in economics we study about laws, and we have a different laws in economics, like law of demand. We have a law of supply, law of marginal utility. Okay, so we have a different laws in science. Okay, and in economics, and these all laws are considered as universal laws in economics. Okay, like in science all laws are considered as universal laws. Okay, so let's understand the another point. Fine. Cause and effect relationship. Okay, in science we have a cause and effect relationship. In the same way, in economics we have a cause and effect relationship. Now the question is, what is the meaning of cause and effect relationship? Let's take an example of law of demand. Law of demand. Let's take an example of law of demand. So what we do in case of law of demand is, law of demand states that when there is a change in the prices, or if suppose change could be like rise in price or decline in price. Okay, so when there is a change in price, okay, and then there is a change in demand. Okay, so if suppose the rise in price, if suppose the price are rising, so then the demand will fall. Okay, demand will fall. Fine. If other if all other conditions are remains constant. Okay, so this is how we are relating cause and effect. If suppose this is the cause, the rise in prices is a cause. If suppose this is the cause, and then this will be the effect. Fine, this will be the effect. Okay, so this is how we are relating economics with the science. We have a cause. Fine. So we have a cause and we have a effects too. Let's discuss the another point, verification of laws. What does it mean? Like science, in economics we do a verification of laws. For example, in economics we verified the laws through empirical investigation. And you know what empirical investigation is? Like a research that is performed by observation and documentation. Fine. So in economics we do verification of laws likewise in science. Okay, hope all these points are clear here. Let's discuss the another slide. Let me remove all this. Come to the next slide. Okay, so here we have a point, economics, a positive or normative science. Okay, so here we are economics is considered as a positive and normative science. Now try to understand what is the meaning of positive science, economics as a positive science. So positive science is nothing but it just describe an activity, describe a condition, describe a situation. It only answers what is right now and what was in the past. Okay, so let's understand economics as a positive science with the help of few examples. Okay, so here we have few examples. Okay, number one, India is second largest population of the world. Okay, so it is a reality. Okay, and that is why we are just stating a situation, we are just stating a condition. This statement is just stating a condition. Number two, prices have been rising in India. Again, this statement is stating a condition. Number three, increase in real per capita income increase the standard of living of people. Again, this statement is stating a condition. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so positive science talks about nothing more than just stating a condition. While we are talking about the normative science, let's understand the meaning of normative science. Normative science is that science which refers to what ought to be. Ought means what should be. What should be. Fine. What ought to have happened, what should to have happened. Okay, so normative science deal with what should to be and how the economic problems should be solved. So in economics, in normative science we talks about economics we talks about solutions. Okay, so let's understand the normative science with the help of few examples. Okay, so here we have few examples related to economics as a normative science. Understand the number one statement, India should not take loan from foreign countries. Okay, so it's a solution. This statement is providing a solution that India should not take loan from foreign countries. Okay, number two, rich people should be taxed more. Okay, so again this statement is providing a solution, or you can say opinion. Number three, free education should be given to poor. Again this statement is providing a solution or opinion. Number four, medical facilities should be improved. Definitely in India medical facilities should be improved, because in times of pandemic as we are having right now, COVID-19, and we are facing a very tough situations in India because of not having a good medical facilities. Fine, so medical facilities should be improved. Okay, fine. Let's understand the another slide. Okay, so on this slide we have a combined statement. Okay, let's understand all these statements. The rise in price of a commodity leads to fall in demand of quantity of a commodity. Okay, so this statement is describing economics as a positive science, because this statement is just describing the condition. The red statement, therefore government should check rise in prices. This statement is describing economics as a normative science, because here we are providing a solution. Okay, what should be done. Understand economics, try to understand economics as an art. Okay, what does it mean, economics as an art? Art is a practical application of knowledge for achieving definite aim. It helps in solution of practical problem. Okay, so in arts what we do is we all those principles into practical approach, whatever we drawn from the science. Okay, so art is a practical application, lays down principles while puts these principles into practice. Okay, in art we put the principles into practical approach. Let's understand how economics is considered as an art, as a art, with the help of example. Okay, so here we have very good example. Let's understand this example. Okay, so we all know that there is a oil shortage in India. Definitely we all know that in India we have a oil shortage. So this information is provided by positive signs, because here we are just stating the condition. Understand the point number second. Okay, so the point number second is, we also know that the government aim at removing oil shortage. Okay, so the government is taking steps, or taking steps to remove the oil shortage. So this information is providing by normative science, because here we are providing a solution. The third statement, the full availability of oil in India, the government has followed the path. Okay, so the full availability, or you can say to achieve the full availability of oil in India, for that the government has to follow a path of oil planning. So the path is called as art. Okay, to follow a path is called as art. The path of planning is an art. It implies practical application, because to follow a path is like a practical approach, and for that it needs a planning, and for that we have to put all our principles into practical approach to achieve a specific objective. So that we can say that economics is not just a science, economics is a art as well. Okay, so hope all these points are clear here. So thus we can say that economics is does a science as well as an art. Okay, hope all these points are clear here to all of you. Okay, so at last I just want to say one thing to all of you. Thanks for watching my video, and please do like, share and subscribe my channel.